Hey y'all, I'm Santiago Amaya, and I'm very excited to talk to y'all about my beautiful country, Colombia. You know, growing up as a kid, I always looked forward to Christmas because that's the time of year that my family would take and we would go back to Colombia with the rest of my relatives and we would spend the holidays with them. We would give gifts, we would set fireworks, we would go to the beach, tour the beautiful cities that my country has to offer. And my memories of Colombia are extremely good. I have very fond memories. However, when you bring up Colombia to many other people, they only think of one thing. Because ultimately, Colombia is a beautiful country filled with amazing people that is haunted by the actions of one man, Pablo Escobar. You see, I have reasons that Pablo Escobar still, even though he died in the 90s, haunts my country. The damages that he caused were insane. My mom has a friend who her dad worked hard every single day of his life in a factory, working hard to bring money home. And finally, when he retired, he got to rest and he spent time with his family. One morning, he went to his porch and lit a cigar. He was having a good time when a block down, a car exploded. A bomb sent by Pablo Escobar to kill someone detonated, and a piece of shrapnel traveled a block and a half and went through the heart of my mom's friend's dad. It's not fair that he worked so hard his whole life just to die from some freak accident. However, in the 90s, this wasn't really a freak accident. It was very common. Avianca Flight 203 was a flight filled with 107 people. However, there was one man who Pablo Escobar did not want to make it out of the flight. That man was Cesar Gaviria. Cesar Gaviria was a presidential candidate, and Pablo Escobar did not want the rule changes and implications from him becoming president to come to be. So what he did is he sent a suicide bomber onto the plane, and the plane exploded and 107 people died. However, what is extremely ironic is that Cesar Gaviria, the man he wanted to murder, did not board that flight. Last second, he decided not to go on the flight. So 107 lives were unnecessarily wasted. A quote from Pablo Escobar that shows how crazy he was is that he said, "I feel like God when I send someone to be killed and they are dead by the end of the day." Pablo Escobar. Another reason that he haunts us is because he changed the way that people see us. You've probably heard of the series Narcos. Narcos has an audience rating of 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. People love the series. And you might think, oh, what a great way to show people about Colombia. But in reality, it scares people when they hear about our country. At work, I'll be talking about, oh, these holidays I'm going to Colombia, it's so beautiful. And I'll get looks from my coworkers and they say, is it worth it? Are you in danger? I wouldn't go. And it hurts me because Colombia is such a good spot with so many beautiful people. People only see us as what Pablo Escobar did, and that is shown by the merchandise you find. This here is an ID from Pablo Escobar. This is his infamous mugshot. And it's a novelty item sold in airports in Colombia. And many items like this are sold. The last reason I want to talk about is he created a drug empire, which people have modeled their drug empires after. Pablo Escobar was one of the richest men in modern history. His net worth in the 90s was $30 billion. In today's money, that's around $70 billion. To put that into perspective, this ball of rubber bands cost me $1.99 at my nearest Target. Pablo Escobar would spend $2,500 a month on rubber bands to keep his cash tied up. That is ridiculous. And people saw that and they wanted that. So people like El Chapo also began to model their empire after his. And El Chapo also became very successful in crime, amassing a net worth of $24 billion by 2010, before he was arrested by police. The final quote that I want to leave y'all with from Pablo Escobar is that he said, "All empires are created by blood and fire." This means that even though he caused so much distraction, ruined so many lives, destroyed families, he didn't care. That's just some blood and sacrifice for my empire. It is a dark past, and Colombia will suffer a tainted reputation for many years to come. However, we are already starting to create a new reputation, a reputation for being passionate, for playing soccer, for creating artwork. Medellin, the city where I was born, in 2016 was voted the most modern city, beating out cities like Paris, New York, Los Angeles, Tokyo. The steps taken by our people to try to shed that reputation and step into a new light are shown. And I believe that we will overcome the actions that Pablo Escobar did. However, we must also learn from them. We mustn't forget, because a new Pablo Escobar can be born any day. Thank you so much for listening to me.